boys and girls. I am so glad to see you. Today we're going to talk about something new. We're going to talk about some new tools to add to your toolbox. Now, in your toolbox, you have so many tools, an extensive list of tools. You have all the vowels, the short vowels, the long vowels, and the umlauts. And you have all those phonograms that you've learned, those fancy phonograms that you've written in your very important journal. And now we're starting a new chapter of your very important journal called My Grammar Toolbox. The first things you're going to add to your toolbox will be what's called root words and affixes. So an affix is something that goes at the beginning or the end of a root or base word. A root or base word is a whole word, a word you already know, like happy. A prefix is a group of letters that would go before the word happy. A suffix is a group of letters that would go at the end of the root word or base word. It would go at the end of happy. So let's start learning about prefixes and root words today. On the chart behind me, you can see it's an organization of prefixes and affixes. It tells you a prefix is letters added to the beginning of a real word. It's like the dog's head. A suffix is letters that would be added to the end of a root word or base word. It would be like the dog's tail. And the whole middle part of the dog are the words that you already know, like happy, like tie. So let's use those as an example. Those are your root words or your base words, like happy or tie. Three of the prefixes that we're going to learn today are un, which means not, re, which means again, and dis, which means no or not. So let's take down our prefix, suffix, affix chart and get going on our new tools. And the newest one, prefixes. So here we are, taking down this chart and looking at our new chart. Prefixes. Prefixes are added to the beginning of a base word. They add meaning to that word. So the three that we're going to talk about, and there are many more than three, but the three we're going to talk about now are un, re, and dis. So if you have a word, like we talked about before, like happy, you can add un to it, not, and make the word unhappy. We know what that is. We also can add un to another word that you know, fair. That's the way things should be, fair. And if they're not, we say they're not fair, or we can use the prefix un and say unfair. Unfair. Another prefix is re. Re means again, to do something again. So maybe you have a water bottle and your water bottle is pretty empty and you need to refill it. That would be to fill it again. Refill again. Maybe we need to review something. Maybe you want to review your spelling words before the spelling test. Review. Review. Or view, means to look at. So we're going to look at those spelling words again. Another one, build. The root word is build. So you've built something wonderful with your Legos, but now it's time to put them away because our recess time is over. And then when you get them out again, you're going to rebuild or build something again. Maybe not the same, but something else that you can build. Rebuild. Rebuild it again. Dis, a third prefix that we're going to talk about today, again means not. Dis means not. So the root word would be like. I just heard from one of our friends who said that he does not like chocolate pudding. Now, I was surprised because I like chocolate pudding, but not everybody does. He does not like it. So if we put dis the prefix dis before the base word like. It's dislike. He dislikes chocolate pudding. And here it is, dislike. A magician puts a rabbit into his hat and it will disappear. It's gone. The root word was appear. That's when you see it. And when you don't see it, you can't see it, and it's not there, it has disappeared. Not. So now we're going to look at a couple of other things. Take out your week 4 sheet like this with your packet of all the things on it. And 2 pages back, you will see your labels for prefix and suffix. Just cut out the one for prefix right now. Leave suffix someplace safe because you're going to need it for the next lesson. So cut out prefix and go ahead and glue that into your journal. This is your very important phonics journal. Before I started gluing though, I made a new page. Because do you remember when we made our fancy phonogram page? Well, I made my fancy toolbox page and it looks like this. My grammar toolbox. And it's going to hold all those new tools that we're going to be learning. So the first one is prefixes. Glue it in and then divide your page into thirds, 3 parts. On those pages, you're going to make headers that say un, re, dis. And then your words will be right under them. The root word, I would like you to underline with either green or blue. I would like you to circle the prefix with red. So please copy these words into your very important phonics journal, into the toolbox part, my toolbox. Thank you, boys and girls.